Welcome everybody to the Two Roof of the Wall podcast. I'm your host Michael. I'm here with my guest Reggie Haynes. Reggie Haynes, how are you?
I'm doing good, King. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it, man. And thank you for being a part of, my last episode of the RHTV podcast. It was a tremendous honor.
It was a very phenomenal experience. I'm not gonna lie. Being on a podcast with you is actually really amazing.
I feel the same way, brother, which is why I'm here. Let's get this show started.
Right? So, for those who don't know Reggie Haynes, I'm gonna give him the honors of introducing himself. Reggie Haynes.
Yeah, with me, nothing much to really talk about. Done some films, done some music. Now I'm here in Africa, loving every experience, and just making sure that I'm making the best out of it. I know a lot of people, they look at me as outspoken, controversial, but it's only that way to abolish what I feel like is the inhumane system that is trying to lead our African people globally to their own demise. And I know for a fact that our African people are phenomenal, and we should treat ourselves and each other accordingly. And I feel like with that, along with unity, we'll be just fine. So that's really who I am and what I try to represent on a consistent basis.
Yeah, so you heard it yourself, folks. Reggie Haynes traveled from the Western world into Africa.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I saw the illusions that they were painting on African people and on the motherland. Then I started digging deeper, and I started realizing, if Africa's so bad, why is it that all these people outside of our race, the same ones that's telling people that look like me not to go, why are they always here? Why are they always here taking resources, bringing them back to the West and making profit off of it? Why are they always exploiting? And then that's when I realized, okay, I get it. You are manipulating and deceiving those who, if they do come here, come to the motherland, the cradle of humanity, the mother of all of the universe. If you do keep them from coming here, there's no progression for all of our people globally. But if you continue to come over here, the colonizer, the inhumane coward, then definitely it's going to be a matter of you continuing the process of being like a symbiote, a toxin who clings on to life in order to survive. And I just realized that at the end of the day, I have the power to change that narrative by actually coming over to the motherland where I feel like I belong and living the best life that I possibly can.
So tell us something you love about Africa.
Something? That's hard, because I have a long list.
That's why I said something.
Talk about the Great Wall of China long, if not longer.
Yeah, that's why we want you to choose that special thing that lives in your memory. Like, if there was one thing about Africa you would choose, it's that one thing.
The good people. When I was young, I used to go to family gatherings down south in Texas, and nothing brought a smile to my face like when I saw my elders coming together just having fun. And I see the same thing out here in the motherland. The people are very nice and welcoming. There's times where people say, man, you're still here, you've been here for almost 3 years, and you're still alive, you're still breathing. And it's because of the good people who have helped me along the way.
That's very amazing. So you like the African cultures and the people here?
I love it.
Yeah.
Like would be an understatement. Love is obviously an understatement as well. If there's a better word than love, that's what that would be.
What was your first ever culture experience in Africa? Where were you? What country were you in?
When you say culture experience, what do you mean by that?
Well, in Africa, this part of Africa, we have dances and rituals and all these special things that we do, right? Sometimes celebrations, sometimes prayers, sometimes worships. What was your first experience?
A funeral.
A funeral.
A funeral. I went to a funeral and I saw that it was more of a celebration rather than a mourning. And it was a beautiful thing. And that's when I told myself, I was like, if I were ever to die, I don't want a funeral, but if I was ever to have one, it would either be in New Orleans, Louisiana, or in Africa. Because I feel like celebrating life is more important than grieving over it. I would rather pick celebrating life than grieving over life any day. That shows that you're surrounded by people who are living rather than dying every day. And that was the most beautiful thing that I've seen.
Okay. Well, we're finishing off this segment. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. Stay tuned for the commercial break. That's Two Roof of the World podcast.
shawty switched on me, that's okay. Heartbreaks coming her way. I'ma sit back and watch, I ain't popping up to save the damn day. My shit's going cup overflowing, what you doing? Don't come on damn phone, please.
Reggie, what you calling for? What you steady knocking at my door? Don't live here no more. Yeah. What you calling for? What you steady knocking at my door? Don't live here no more. What you calling for? What you steady knocking at my door? Don't live here no more. Yeah. So what you calling for? What you calling? Don't live here no more. Steady knocking at my door.
And we're back from the commercial break with our guest Reggie Haynes. I'm your host Michael for the Two Real for the World podcast. Reggie, as a person who came from the Western world,
Yeah.
you hear a lot of things about Africa.
Well, I've heard, yeah.
Yeah, you've heard a lot of things about
Yeah.
Africa. And people were asking to hear some of the myths that you heard about Africa. One of the myths here I have was line number 1, Africa's a country.
I was doing an interview a while ago, and I kept saying, yeah, Africa's the most phenomenal country in the world. Somebody in the comment section was like, dude, it's a continent. And then I was happy with that correction. Didn't really like how it was presented, but that's what trolls do. And then I realized that, no, it is the truth. Africa is a continent. The countries are within it. Just like with America, America's a country, and we have states within that country. Yeah, I feel like that's one of the biggest myths. I was like, okay, I'm glad that myth was abolished when I realized that no, Africa is a continent, not a country. That is correct.
Okay. Then the question comes, what countries have you been to say Africa's a continent?
I've been to Ethiopia, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Zambia, and Malawi.
Oh. If you were to pick one of those countries to tell us about, pick one right now. Blitz you.
I can't be biased because we're in Zimbabwe, and I always talk about Zimbabwe on the YouTube channel. So I would say Malawi. When I first went to Malawi, it was very. I'm a sucker for greenery and mountains, and that's all I saw in Malawi. And I was just blown away. It was just so beautiful, stepping outside every day, seeing the greenery and seeing the mountains, and just realizing like, wow, this is a phenomenal experience to just see this landscape and this beautiful scenery every day. It was just tremendous. I was just grateful and thankful for that opportunity.
Well, you heard that, folks. Africa is a continent. It's not a country. So people in the Western world, get your stuff right. Right. Line number 2. People say Africa is old poverty. And it's very age dependent on the Western world.
Okay.
With your experience being in Africa, is that true?
Michael, how many do you own pieces of land?
No.
Do you have any friends who own their own property?
Yes.
Who are your age?
Yes.
There you go. Another thing is to where, just like I said earlier, if Africa's so impoverished, why is it that every time I go to immigration, this is me factual, this isn't me watching the news, every time I go to immigration, I see Asians, some Hispanics, lots of Indians, and Caucasians who are in that line doing business, getting business visas, or they are talking about their ventures and, oh yeah, I found gold, or I'm working on this particular part of this particular plot of land in order to gain cobalt or gain some type of resource to bring back to the West so they can make a profit off of it. If you're so poor, why are they here? If Africa was so poor, people outside of your race wouldn't be here every day or every chance they got in order to take resources and take it back somewhere else to profit off of it. So no, Africa is told that they're third world, which is 2 worlds less than the top world, which everybody claims is America. And then they are told, oh, hey, by the way, your resources aren't worth anything. So give us this resource for however much the bare minimum is over here, and then we'll sell it for way more than that in the West. So you tell me, Michael, doing the math, I know you're very intelligent when it comes in regards to a lot of subjects, including that. If I picked up this rock And this rock basically was, who drew all over my thing? It's kids.
Don't worry about it.
No, yeah, I'm not. I picked up this rock, and I knew for a fact, oh my goodness, in the West, this is worth $1,000. But I told you, hey Michael, you know what? This ain't really worth nothing, man. Go ahead and sell that to me for $5. I'm $995 richer than you, and you have just gave me that resource by not realizing, oh my goodness, okay, this is something I can take myself and actually let it be known that no matter where I am in the world, that worth that he just showed me it is, that's where I'm going to go. Same thing I tell these players that come from the NBA or they're entering the NBA or NFL draft. If you get a contract offer from a team and then you're going to some type of league before you make your decision. So say if I'm getting drafted and then somebody says, hey, we're going to guarantee for your first year $1.5 million. If I go to another league, which is semi-pro, arena football, whatever, NBA, Euro League, that is where I'm going to say, hey, NFL or NBA offer me this deal. That's the lowest I'm going. You have to go higher than that. If you don't, I'm going to go to the NBA or I'm going to go there. Because it's obvious that I'm worth this much. That's how I feel like African people in the motherland should treat themselves when it comes in regards to their minerals and their just themselves. Do not sell yourself short, because other people are going to try to take advantage of you from the West.
Wow. Thank you for that, Reggie. Thank you.
My pleasure.
We're about to go to our second commercial break. Stay in tune. This is Two Rule for the World podcast. I'm your host, Michael, with my guest, Reggie Haynes.
Legacy. You and your brother's fate is to die today. And there is nothing that you can do to stop this.
I don't know if you noticed or not, YR, but now comedic's gone. That's two brothers. And you know what? When you say another word to me right now, I need you to know this.
YR has finally made his decision, and that decision is YR is officially retired.
Legacy. You are the chosen one. This world will not be saved. This universe will not be saved unless you take on the mantle of being the universe's best hero. Legacy. You and your brother's fate is to die today. And there is nothing that you can do,
oh my God,
to stop this. Mission report. Save your brothers. No more fear. It's time to begin.
And we're back with the Two Rule for the World podcast. I'm your host. Thank you. I'm here with my guest, Reggie Haynes. Reggie Haynes was telling us about how Africa isn't actually poor and how the people here should take care of their resources more and take care of themselves more, so they don't get, how do I put this?
Taken advantage of. There you go.
Like the minerals and resources and all the things in the continent that belong to the people here and that are being taken away by the Western world. Okay, so we got another lie here. We want your take on it.
I'm listening,
They
brother.
say Africa is unsafe and primitive. What is your take on that?
It just
Reggie?
depends on where you are. I know before I came to Africa, there are places in South Africa I was told never to go. Ghana, Nigeria, even places in Zimbabwe. My thing is this, is that I feel like any people who have allowed themselves, who look like me, who are melanated, who look like you, to want to degrade their own physically, mentally, spiritually, they are slaves and they should be abolished immediately. So these areas, I agree that even in the UK, even in the West, in America, other places around the world, if you have these quote unquote gangsters, thugs, or whoever who are tearing down their communities, the community should stand together and abolish them. So I don't really dig deep on the whole thing of looking at the surface. I dig deep to see what the root of the problem is. If you got people who are raping, pillaging, and damaging their own people, they're damaging themselves. And they are obviously working for the oppressor. So my thing is, those aren't our people. So I can't say that there are communities in Africa that are, like that, unless they are filled with slaves. And I feel like it's the communities, prerogative or job or duty, it's their goal. Their goal should be to abolish these slave-minded people who are damaging their communities every chance they get.
Also,
see how I flip that on you?
I actually like that. Mm-hmm. So it's basically a thing to where each and every place in the world has its own downsides and good sides.
That is true.
Like, you can't say a place is completely bad just because you've been to a specific part of it.
That's true.
In every part of the world, you're gonna find people who are gonna do bad things. Mm-hmm. Because wherever good exists, bad exists.
That is unfortunate, but it is the truth. That is true.
So we cannot say that Africa's primitive or unsafe.
Yeah.
What about the primitive parts? Do you think we're primitive? Do you think we're backwards?
Do I think? I feel like there are certain people around the world within the African community who have backwards-minded thinking. I see it all the time. We will celebrate someone outside of our race for doing the same things that we can do, and then we will put them on a pedestal and then put ourselves on a shelf. And then you have people who think to themselves that believing in idols, false idols that look like our oppressor, is better than believing in ourselves and believing in our own parents. I remember when I was growing up, I was told you better not believe in no white Santa Claus or no white savior,
white Jesus,
because at the end of the day, your parents are the ones. Even celebrities, like celebrity worship, your parents are the ones who are breaking their backs every day to make sure you got everything that you need. So don't praise them. I'm not even asking. As my parents, they were like, don't praise me, but you better not praise them because they don't care about you. Especially if they did, publicity stunt, probably, if not guaranteed. For us, we're doing this out of love. They're doing this because you are one of millions that helps them continue to build up their star power. So for me, I would say that there are a lot of people globally who have a backwards mind that don't see that they are their own leader, that they're their own god. For the women, they're their own goddesses, they're their own queens. For the men, we're our own kings. And we should treat ourselves and each other accordingly. And once we do that on a consistent basis with no dividers intact, I feel like unity is definitely going to step in, and we are going to show the world that there is nothing that could tear us down ever, and we're going to continue to progress as African people globally on all accounts.
Wow, that's really deep. It's really deep. So it's all about us realizing our worth and the talents that we were given, and knowing that everyone at the end of the day is human, and what they can do, we can probably do.
You sent me a text message when I was having a bad day a few months ago. You remember what you said?
No, I don't recall.
You don't recall?
I don't recall.
I was having one of the worst days. It was cause one thing about me, I don't sugarcoat.
Damn.
There were some teachers who was at a school that we located at. I won't say the name unless Michael wants to. And they were bashing me. And it got to the point to where all the students saw a different side of me. They saw that I wasn't talking. They saw that I was upset. And I just stayed away. That's how I am. When I'm upset, I stay away from everyone. The people that I love, I don't want you guys to take on this energy. So it got to the point. It got to a point to where Michael said, "Look, man, I don't know what you're going through, but I just want you to know how phenomenal you are." And I was thinking about it. I was like, "Dang, Michael was one of the first students that ever told me that. Usually, I'm telling y'all stuff like that." And Michael sent it to me, a long text message, and he kept on reminding me, like, "Bro, whatever this is, whatever, whoever made you mad, they don't belong in your life. And these are people that's just trying to bring you down to their level." And that's when it clicked to me. Why would I allow negative things in my life when I know that I can continue to progress and have positive people like him and many others in my life? And then that's when I started realizing, you know what? At the end of the day, he's right. Don't allow negativity to take over, and we'll be just fine. So I appreciate you for that one, brother.
No. Thank you for getting through it. And that was our first episode of the Tour for the World podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Reggie Haynes, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, brother.
Right? We are gonna be coming up with more interesting topics like this. Stay tuned.
Hold up, Mike. For all those people that's watching, though, if you guys want to sponsor this young man and for the platform, Remember, we got Cuz, we got Charles, we got many people who are definitely on board with this podcast, and you guys need to support. You guys need to support and sponsor at the same time. I'm not making up a new word. I slipped it up.
Sponsor.
You guys need
like
to
that
support,
word.
and you need to sponsor this young man because they're doing great things within the motherland, and it's only going to get better from here.
Please sponsor me. Please sponsor me.
So
I
it
would
is
love
officially
for you
a
to
word now.
sponsor me. Like, could you do that? I'd really appreciate that. Anyways, thank you for tuning into the Two Roof of the World podcast. I'm your host, Michael. Hit the mic a little bit. Ooh, my name is Michael. Yay. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time.